No castling chess. This fascinating new chess variant is the brainchild of former world champion Vladimir Kramnik. And what exactly is no castling chess? How did it come about? What is the story behind it? And what exactly happened in Dortmund last week with world champions Vishy Anand and Vladimir Kramnik? Let's know all about that in today's video. Before we move ahead, we would appreciate it if you could like the video. Let us know in the comments, is no castling chess here to stay? And of course, subscribe to the channel for more such videos. So let's go. Former world champion Vladimir Kramnik came up with this ingenious idea of having a new chess variant to have original chess being played so that theoretical lines and all are eliminated from the game to have a natural game where amateurs could also play against super grandmasters and have an equal fight. Just removing the theory part helps the average amateur as the game has a more natural feel to it and you don't need to memorize 20 moves of any opening line. So this idea was proposed in 2019 by Kramnik, who then collaborated with DeepMind CEO Dennis Hassabis, and then they came up with this new variant, and this was helped by the fact that DeepMind's main engine, that is AlphaZero, the world's strongest engine, had integrated a new code in itself where it played out several games on this variant, that is the both sides were not allowed to castle, and it just helped to create and see that chess is indeed possible with such a variant. This cool feature where your king is not allowed to castle is the one and only rule that has changed from the existing standard chess. Uh, Even the Fisher random idea of or chess 960 idea where you reshuffle the pieces on the back rank was discussed and is still the most active chess variant apart from the regular chess. But I think this no castling chess can also be seen catching on. Kramnik proposed this idea where the only difference is both sides are not allowed to castle on either side of the board, and the game continues as if nothing has changed. And let's hear all about what Kramnik has to say. So Kramnik, in his own words, has written an article on chess.com, and I'll be linking that in the description for you to read. That includes the AlphaZero games as well. So Kramnik says, my idea was to find a chess variant that would not only have the potential to bring excitement and decisive victories back to chess. The goal was to reignite interest and introduce players and audiences to the immense complexity and creativity of the original game of chess. And as you can see, they tasked AlphaZero with exploring a variant that prevented either side from castling. And this fascinating new variant has to be very interesting. I'm curious to try it out, and really feel that the advantage of a stronger player because of the openings can be eliminated from this. Also, Kramnik goes on to say the advantages of no castling do not stop here. The restriction of no castling means that players cannot rely on memorized patterns and they are forced to think creatively from the beginning. Even if a player wants to force a draw, they cannot because it's nearly impossible. Plus, the variant makes it practically impossible to play it safe because you never know as white or black because you have to take a risk. And we'll be having a look at Vishy Anand's and Kramnik's games that show exactly this. And yes, as you can see, it's completely difficult to find a secure place for your king. Finally, it also levels the playing field so that the amateur players have a better chance at playing against more seasoned opponents who often memorize opening theory. I completely agree with Kramnik on this part, and let's see if this could be the next hot thing in chess. Now, that being said, this match between a world champion Vishwanathan Anand and Vladimir Kramnik happened in Dortmund alongside the prestigious Dortmund Chess Festival, which both of these players have won several times. So they played a match. This is like the first official match or the first official games between players, and having like so many audience and sponsors and so on. So I think yes, this it would be interesting to see if we have more such matches in the future. But once again, Vishy Anand, the legend, Vishy OP, has won the first ever no castle in chess match here. As you can see, photos that are just below me, and there are so many prestigious people like Arthur Yusupo right now inaugurating and making the first move. And plenty of action. This was a 4 game match that happened in Dortmund. And let's see the first game match that happened. In the match that happened, this was the only decisive game which Vichy Sir won with the white pieces, and the other 3 were draws. So Vichy Sir took the title home with 2.5, 1.5. And let's check in with the chess part now. So c4, this move was chosen by both the players normally because we see moves like 1 d4 or 1 e4, which has more of theory attached to it, and plus the king gets castled on generally the king side faster. But c4 is a move that was seen in all the 4 games. Maybe both the stars being such professionals, such opening experts in back in the day, came prepared for this, and they looked into theory, and c4 was the most common move. So this is the first game, and after a few normal opening moves, in this position we finally see some oddity, because normally black would love to castle, but hey, that's not allowed. So Kramnik tries to be innovative in typical Alpha Zero style, pushes Harry up the board, trying to create some weaknesses, and now things start getting so much fun. Rook d1. Again, black would love to put his king away from the center, but he can't. That's the rule. So king f8, and Vichy Sir follows, because again white would also love to just play bishop e2 and castle, but he cannot. That's the whole point. So Vichy Sir goes rook to g1 here. I mean, I don't think he would ever play this move because it looks so awkward. But yeah, the point is he wants to start attacking with rook g1, g4 against this black king. So action follows, takes, and an interesting game develops after this, but we'll come into the action part at the back end of the game. As you can see, both kings in the center, none of them are safe, and it's so interesting. I think I would be very interested to try this out, and it would be super fun to see how what changes it brings in our thought process as well. In fact, during the post match interview, Anand said it was very difficult for him to acclimatize or just to get used to this, because you're so used to castling your king in the opening within the 10 moves, and it was very difficult because your hand automatically goes to the king, but you just realize that you can't do that. So let's continue the game. Rook d5, knight d5, queen d7. Things are pretty normal here. Vichy Sir has one up on the center pawn, but it looks still there is some play for black, and after this Kramnik goes all in around this point, and here he goes all in, and Vichy Sir calculates perfectly to win a piece here. Knight f4. Now Kramnik is just going all in. He wants to force a result here. Knight d3 check, knight f2. This might be looking super scary to everyone, but not to Vichy Sir, who had calculated stuff till the end. This is the whole point, guys. Even if doesn't matter if the kings were castled or not castled, once the chess part comes in, your strength really matters. So calculation is the key, and Vichy Sir calculated perfectly here and played the brilliant move rook g1, forcing black to take, and now bringing the queen, threatening checkmate. Of course he can take the rook back. Remember, he's a piece up, so liquidating always helps the side which is ahead. And after this they went to an end game, which is a duly converted and getting the first win in no castling chess. And of course, if you just check out the other games that I'll be linking in the description, all games started with 1 c4, and yes, this is just the end how Vichy Sir converted the game. Knight e3, here one move is required, just white played knight e6 check, forcing the king to come to one of these two squares, and then white promotes with the queen. And if you go back or you attack my knight, then I just play bishop e3, stop your queen and make my own queen. So quite an interesting matchup there, and it really feels fun, and I would be willing to try it out against my friends and just try to have it under my skill set and try to develop it as well. So let me know how you liked it, and let us know in the comments. Do like the video, and I'll be back with more stuff. So take care.